Hi, it's Martha with Take Shape for Life. I've been looking at trying to make some comfort foods. I haven't felt well the last couple of weeks, and I've been really struggling and thinking, what kind of yummy comfort food can I make for myself? And with the holidays coming, it's fall, and everybody's eating spice type things, I thought I would try to find a Medifast acceptable pumpkin pie recipe to make. So I've played around a lot the last couple of days trying to come up with a good crust and then something that would equate to pumpkin pie filling. So what I did was I took a maple and brown sugar oatmeal packet, and I used about 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and added about 2 tablespoons of water. You may have to use a little more or a little less. You really just want to make it hold together enough so that you can pat it in the bottom of an 8-inch pie plate. And that's what I did. And then I baked it. I did spray the bottom so it wouldn't stick. And I sprayed the bottom and I pressed it down. And this is baked at 350 for 12 to 14 minutes. Smells really good, smells, cinnamony and mapley, and it makes a nice thin crust without, so you get the crust, but you don't get it all the way up the sides. This is an 8-inch pie plate. So I've cooked it 12 to 14 minutes. It's now cool, and I'm making the filling. And the filling, I'm using a vanilla pudding, 1 packet of the vanilla pudding, and 1 packet of the gingerbread soft bake, and 1/4 cup of pure pumpkin. Not the pumpkin that's got sweet flavoring or sweetener in it. This is pure pumpkin. And I'm told that the nutritional services, I emailed them and they told me that 2 tablespoons is 2.5 condiments. So we're using 4 tablespoons, so that's 5 condiments for that. But it's going to be spread across a whole pie. So I used 1/4 cup of pumpkin, and then I used 1/4 cup of egg beaters as well, because I want it to rise up. And then I used about 1/4 cup of water. It makes, a kind of a soft pudding filling looking thing. It's not going to make a high pumpkin pie, but it will at least fill the bottom of it, and then it will rise a little and then drop down. So I'm filling the pie right now to bake. And I'm going to bake it at 325 for about 30 to 40 minutes. Now, I'll come back when it's done so I can show you the baked pie, and I'll let you know if I've had to adjust the time on it, because I'm really not sure. This is kind of a first for me. If it turns out well, this is going to be an addition to my Thanksgiving desserts, I think, at least for those of us that are following the plan, because I have somebody else in my family following Medifast as well. So this is basically now what it looks like. I'm going to put it in the oven. It will rise up. It's not going to be as tall as a regular pudding, a regular pumpkin pie filling, but it smells excellent, smells like pumpkin pie. Now the other option is, and I didn't do this yet, but I will if this turns out well, is I have some tart pans that have the bottoms that come out, kind of like a springform type, but they're tarts for tarts. This would be an excellent way also to give yourself small serving sizes. So we could do that as well if this turns out. But I thought I would do the pie first, see how it works out, and then at least be able to determine if it's a good recipe and I want to make it again, I'll make it within the tarts. All right, so I'll be back soon after I have had an opportunity to cook the pie, and we'll see how it tastes. See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back, and I cooked my pie, my pumpkin pie, for about 35 minutes at 350 degrees. I cooked it at a little bit higher temperature, and it rose up pretty well, but then it squished way down. This is how it looks. It's not very thick though. In fact, it's pretty squished down. It tastes really good though. I just had what would equate to 1/6 of the pie. And I will write down all of the different categories that it fits into. But I think going forward, I would definitely make this again and I would use either a smaller pie plate, and I was wrong. I think this is a 9-inch pie plate, not an 8-inch one. But using something like those little tart pans I showed you would be a great option, because it would rise up a little more and be more like a full-size piece of pumpkin pie. But the taste is great. It tastes exactly like pumpkin pie, very spicy, not super, super sweet either. I didn't want to add any additional sweetener like stevia or any other, or Truvia or any of those other ones, because it just added more condiments to it. And I don't think it's necessary. In any case, I think I'm going to tweak this a little bit more, but I think it turned out well. If anybody wants to try it, please do that and let me know how you like it. And if you change it around, let me know what you do to change it around, because I think it tastes like true pumpkin pie. I think it's just a little flat. So doing it again, I would definitely put it in something smaller and maybe cook it a little longer, because it has time to rise, because it did rise up in the oven pretty well, and then it just completely dropped down, as many of the pumpkin pies, on the market do. So have a great day. If you're interested in Take Shape for Life or Medifast, or interested in the program and want to talk to somebody about weight loss, all my contact information is below. I'd love to talk to you. If you're looking for a health coach, or you just want to talk to somebody about weight loss in general, I'd love to interact with you. Check it out. Check out my website. Have a great day. Have a great week. Hope to talk to you. Take it easy. Bye.